Okay, a lot more space in here.
It's very romantic
Right?
lighting.
It's very romantic lighting.
My sister and I are going to Patagonia in November for 3 weeks.
It's a destination that's always been on our list, and we hope this is only the first trip of many.
For this trip, we'll be sticking to northern Patagonia on the Chilean side.
For 3 weeks, we'll be camping, backpacking, and hiking in the wilderness along the Carretera Austral. Our rental car will serve as base camp.
We expect to be sleeping outdoors for 3 weeks, so our choice of tent is crucial. It turns out we own a lot of tents.
This is already feeling
A little
somewhat
cramped.
claustrophobic.
It's appropriate for one person.
I mean, it's technically a two-person tent, but you know, with
I
a lot
mean,
of gear and stuff.
It's true.
It's okay. A lot more storage space. We have a lot more room at our heads.
Are there pockets all along here?
There are pockets all along on both sides.
Really nice.
Yeah, they don't hold very much because they're kind of
That's
flimsy.
okay,
They're
because you just have
attached
a
to
little
the
bit
wall.
in each.
But yeah, they're good. This tent is very hot because
It
it's
feels
season.
less hot than the last one, but
It's pretty.
that might be because we have it open.
It's true. There's no visibility outdoors, no windows. So if we want to have a window. Already, I like this one.
I know.
There's so much space.
It does. It's very tall, and it's wide all directions.
Yes. There's a lot of room all along the bottom. It's very airy because all the walls are mesh.
Yeah, I think that it's always been pretty well waterproof anytime I've used it, so I think it's a pretty great tent. It's just kind of heavy, but it's very airy and nice. Oh, there is also a pocket up there I forgot about.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice design pocket.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You probably could dry pitch this. Here we are inside.
Yes.
Um,
It's actually a really nice design.
yeah,
I like it.
There's a lot of
It's such a
upper
small tent.
space. It is pretty lightweight.
Would this be a contender for a single person tent if we have our own tents?
I think so. There isn't really any window situation, I guess.
This technically is a 2-person tent. However, I almost exclusively have slept in this alone. I prefer it alone. Considerations on that point are there are no pockets, there's no gear loft. All of your stuff is in your tent amongst you or out in the vestibule. But it does have 2 entrances, and they're pretty wide, and it has an all-mesh top, so it's pretty breathable. It's really quick to set up, and I really like the pole structure. It feels very secure.
I think that we're not going to want to be in a tent this small for so many nights.
I would not want to. I do not want to be in a tent this small with one other person for one night.
I love this tent. It is super lightweight. It is a one-person tent. I have slept in it with 2 and even 3 people, but I wouldn't recommend it. It was very tight. Definitely, this is not something that we would both want to sleep in. It's super lightweight, which is great for backpacking. The problem is it is entirely mesh on the interior, and so it is very cold and lets all of the wind in.
It's from Cabela's. I believe it's a 2-person tent. I would only probably want to sleep in this with 1. I don't think that this is a contender.
How did you get this tent, Leah?
I'm not really sure. I lent someone a different tent, and I got this tent in return. So now I own this tent.
Have you ever slept in it?
No. But it could happen. It actually packs down very small. I don't think it's coming to Patagonia, but that's okay. The first tent we eliminated is the Eagles Camp Crystal Canyon Dome. Despite being a two-person tent, it is really a one-person tent, and it doesn't seem very structurally sound.
The second tent we eliminated is the REI Half Dome Plus 2. This was very stuffy and it weighs more than the other two-person tent options. Plus, it is old and the rainfly is currently being held together with Gorilla Tape. The third tent we eliminated is the Alps Mountaineering Tasmanian 2. Despite being quite comfortable, we mostly ruled this out because it has a long footprint and it might be difficult to fit in some sites. It was also the heaviest tent we considered.
The fourth tent we eliminated is the 6 Moon Design Skyscape Trekker. Despite Abby saying 3 people can fit in it in emergency situations, it is essentially a one-person bivvy. Also, it isn't very water and windproof.
So we've ruled out 4 tents, but now we can't decide.
Option 1 is to bring only one tent, the Mountain Hardwear Optic 3.5. This is roomier and more comfortable for us both to sleep in, but heavier at 6 pounds and 11 ounces, or 6 pounds and 5 ounces minimum trail weight. It also has a bigger footprint, which might be difficult to pitch in smaller campsites.
Option 2 is to bring 2 tents, the Mountain Hardwear Shifter 2 and the Big Agnes Jackrabbit SL2. We would each be carrying a tent with this option, but of course we each have our own tent. But when we are backpacking, we would probably only carry one tent, the Shifter, and possibly be cramped. The Shifter is 5 pounds 12 ounces, the Jackrabbit is 4 pounds 5 ounces. Carrying both tents will increase our total weight overall by about 3.5 pounds.
So help us decide. Tell us what you think we should do. Option number 1, 1 tent. Option number 2, 2 tents. Leave a comment. Text us.
Thanks.